NBA basketball is returning. NBA tonight, you got the Golden State Warriors versus the Brooklyn Nets. KD faces off against his former team, the Golden State Warriors, where the Golden State was looking to lock him up, but he took his talents to Brooklyn with him and Kyrie. And I think Kyrie and him are going to be a great combo together. I do like the Steve Nash. They do have Jaquez Vaughn, and they do have Mike D'Antoni in that coaching staff. So I think that does bring that does help Steve Nash a lot during this matchup. Him and Kyrie, like I said, I do believe that they're a great connection together. The scores, I think they got Karis LeVert coming off the bench, Torian Prince. You got Joe Harris in the starting lineup with a KD and Kyrie. So this team is looking pretty good with the DeAndre Jordan. So this team is looking pretty solid. Of course, Golden State. Draymond Green is going to be out sadly with a foot injury. You got Klay Thompson, who ruptured his Achilles, which is sad because we know how hard he fought back to tore his Achilles. From tearing his ACL. So that was a huge loss before the season started for the Golden State Warriors. But you still got the two-time league MVP in Steph Curry, and he's looking to prove to everybody that he can carry this team and to bring fear back into the NBA. Because he's been a little injury prone throughout his career, and I think this is a season to prove to everybody that he's one of the best point guards in the league still. They got Andrew Wiggins, excuse me, a former number one pick, and I think that was a solid pickup. I think Andrew Wiggins is going to have a solid season for them. I think he's definitely the number two in the team now, and I think he's going to definitely step up and prove to everybody why he was one of the number one picks in the draft. And you got the second pick in the draft, which is Wiseman, which is I think a great pick. Like, you don't expect Golden State to select a big man, but I think in today's league, you see the big man returning, and I like Wiseman, man. James Wiseman, he's definitely solid. He blocks from shots. He's a rim protector. He's long, he's lanky. So let's see what he does. And then you got the key matchup. You got the Clippers and the Lakers. This was supposed to be the Western Conference Finals matchup last year, but we know the Clippers, they had a 3-1 lead, lost that to the Nuggets. So at the end of the day, this is definitely a battle for LA Part 2. And the Clippers, they got rid of Doc Rivers. You heard Paul George's comments about Doc Rivers. I didn't agree with it. I think Paul just didn't play well. He needed to take some accountability. I think he just didn't play well during those first two series. And they were up 3-1. No excuses. You're up 3-1. You had one more game to win, and y'all just didn't get the job done. Tyronn Lue, I think he's going to do a great job of blending personalities because, chemistry was definitely a problem for the Clippers in terms of the locker room chemistry. Maybe the way Kawhi went about his business rubbed some players the wrong way. But I'm not really too assured about that because Kawhi seems like he's a quiet guy. And trading Montrezl Harrell, that energy guy, that was just a huge loss for them. But they're returning, which is Patrick Beverly, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Ivica Zubac, and you got Marcus Morris, who was locked in this season with a new contract extension. And this is still a great roster. Patrick Beverly, I think he needs to give you a little bit more if he's going to be a starting point guard in terms of points. They still got Lou Williams, who's one of the best six mans coming off the bench. The bench just doesn't look too as strong as it does last year compared to the Lakers, who Kyle Kuzma, who's trying to fight for a starting spot. You got Tyler Horton. Horton. I forgot his name. I think his name is Horton. Number 5. He's definitely been playing pretty good for them, and he's been playing good through the preseason. He's been pretty solid, so he's going to be definitely fighting for the spot in the rotation. You got Alex Caruso coming back, and they picked up Montrezl Harrell, and I think Montrezl Harrell coming off the bench for the Lakers, man, that's going to be a scary matchup, especially when they go small ball. Probably him and LeBron are going to probably make a great dynamic just like him and AD. And the Lakers, to me, they just seem like a more complete, younger roster, rejuvenated. And I just like what the Lakers did this offseason. They didn't settle to bring back the same roster. They got younger. They addressed the need at point guard with Dennis Schroeder, which was a huge pickup for them. I think Kyle Kuzma, he's going to definitely improve, and he got his new contract extension. They picked up Wesley Matthews, a shooter. This team is definitely good, and it's definitely great, and it's looking forward. The Lakers are looking for a repeat, and they got to be the favorites coming to the season, especially coming out of the Western Conference Finals. The Clippers can challenge them, but I still think they need a little bit of an upgrade at the point guard position, and they need to improve their bench a little bit. And maybe a little depth at center, because Anthony Davis, I don't know if they got any answer for AD, and LeBron, he's definitely a great point guard. If he's going, he's definitely still the point guard of the team. But if Dennis Schroeder is going to be in that lineup, it helps LeBron a lot taking that ball handling, and hopefully rest his body, especially knowing that the season has started a little earlier than what is expected. Kawhi Leonard, if the Clippers want to win this championship, of course you're gonna have to ask more out of Paul George, and can he come in big spots during the playoffs when the playoffs start? Kawhi Leonard, he didn't sign it. He's gonna probably wait until the end of the season to sign a contract extension. Paul George already signed a contract extension, a max option. So we don't know what Kawhi's gonna do. So this is a huge season for the Clippers organization to see if they can maintain this, because I don't know if they can win a championship with just having Paul George, knowing that his history in the playoffs. So this is going to be a very interesting start of the season. It's only game one. That's how I see it. And these are two great teams matching up at the beginning. So I do have the Lakers winning this. And I do have the Brooklyn Nets. And Kyrie's coming back healthy. He's looking for something to prove. Saging off those bad demons, you know what I'm saying, those bad spirits. So I have no problem with what he did too, neither. Whatever makes you play well. But let me share your thoughts, comments, like, subscribe if you like the video.